Okay, I'm going to tell you some things you already know if you've come across this video. I'm just going to give you some tips. So, some things that I didn't find on another video. So, it's a 2003 7.3 diesel. I'm doing the exhaust back pressure delete. Alright, so here's my turbo here. It's a Garrett turbo, stock turbo. It's going to be the same for 99 to 2003 7.3 Power Strokes. Alright, just real quick. There's your pedestal bearing input and output. That lubricates the shaft of the turbine. And here's your pedestal, so that kind of sits, on there like that. These have a tendency to leak. You've probably come across this video because you're thinking about doing this. Leaks here, leaks under here. Here's the pedestal, input and output right there, leaks there. Okay, so what I was able to do that I didn't find anyone else on YouTube doing, here's the exhaust kit is already on here. You can see the exhaust back pressure valve I've already taken off. Anyway, that's probably not what you want to see, okay? Let's go look. To get in here is a bearer, all right? You don't have any, here are your up pipes right there. When I was able to get this one off, no problem. All right, you got a little room in there. And these are V-clamps. They have like 3 little V-clamps in there. In fact, let me show you. This is not the one that goes back there, but you can kind of see. Okay, on that back one, this is not the back one, but it's very similar, okay? It's gonna sit on there. You can see it back there. This is kind of sit on there like that. Once you get that T-bolt off, let's see if we can get. Once you get that T-bolt off, you're going to scream for joy, but it's not going to come off. And this is where I almost gave up. It was so hard to get back there. You have absolutely no room. You can't even see that bolt when the turbo's in here. So some guys on YouTube said use a chisel, use a pry bar, and get to each of these and kind of hit them because they're clamped in there. It's rusted in there basically, almost welded on in there with all the heat cycles. So this one's nice because it's the front, it's the cold air side. So yeah, I mean this thing's kind of just stuck. And this V-clamp is holding the exhaust up pipes and the turbo inlet on the exhaust side together. And I could not, for the life of me, get that thing off. And I just had search and no one had any good system to do. So I finally tried something and it worked wonderfully. Let me show you what I did. I go up here, got a little screwdriver like this right here, okay? And you can't see in here, so you're basically hugging the whole turbo. But if you can imagine this V-clamp being on, all right, and let me go over here, let me go to the turbo, let me take this one. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, the exhaust side is back here. Excuse my bad filming here. The exhaust side's back here, so you're kind of hugging this turbo because you can't see back here, and there's a V-clamp back here kind of like this, okay? And it's holding these 2 flanges. There's one flange and then the flange on the up pipes. So you kind of see it sits in there like that. It kind of holds things together, and that becomes kind of welded in there. What I was able to do finally is get my hand back here and get on the back side of the V. So I'm gonna let's pretend we're on the back side, and I'm gonna just do it on the front side. I was able to get my screwdriver in here and just work it, and twist it as hard as I could, and finally it popped, okay? So once you get one, then I'm gonna go all the way back again. This one, I was able to kind of get a pry bar in here this way across the top. You can't barely see it, and hook it in there and then hit it and get this one loose. And then the bottom one, I did the same thing. I was back here the same thing with the first one, I should say. I was kind of back here, so you kind of imagine you're hugging this thing and you're back here, and you're going to put your screwdriver right in here. That's going to be against there with both flanges together, and you're going to get the screwdriver in there, and then twist, 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 and you'll be able to get out. You barely have enough room. Anyway, that's my tip, and it worked beautifully for me after 2 hours of messing with it and finally thinking of something.